How do I define what counts as a book in my book count list? Is a question I had to ask myself eventually once I started tracking my books. A podcast episode, I think, is not a book, even though if it's an audiobook and now the same author does a podcast episode, the content might be often similar. A magazine is also not a book. Is a study script a book? I actually would say more no, but I still now do track them. Here is why. Because study scripts require more attention per word, one could say. Therefore, the time resolution of reading a study script compared to a normal book is slightly higher. So the necessary time resolution, one could say. The time spent per word is higher. And I also wanted to incentivize myself to actually also read study scripts. So if I only have one metric, then I would choose the book count metric as the metric. And so therefore I had to find a way for my study scripts to kind of appear in this book count. So I include them. Also from my bank, I had a study script thick brochure, which was more like a book, which had maybe 80 to 120 pages on investing, which I read a couple of times. I think I also included this one. So what about all the Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck books I read in my childhood? I did not include those. I did also not include many of the learn to read books, which had many symbols in them. But if a book, maybe also a children's book, then I would include this. I also included the Tiger Team books and the Knickerbocker books I also read in my teenage years, or more my childhood.